Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm going to be reviewing Revenge's SCUM Collapse Eradication. And in the background we're playing one of my favorite albums that I haven't listened to in a while. This is Black Flag with My War. I don't really talk about hardcore punk as much as I used to in like the early days of this YouTube channel, but this is still one of my favorite albums, and I just felt like listening to it. So yeah. So anyways, so I figured I should probably do like a video today because school is starting tomorrow and I won't have as much time to record videos. I'll still try to upload as much as I can, or at least according to like the usual upload schedule. Well, I don't have a set schedule, but I'll try to upload as often as I've been uploading recently, a couple times a week. But this is just a really good album and I felt like reviewing it. So anyways, yeah, I got this CD at Amoeba Records when I went there on my birthday, and there's still goop all over it from the price sticker. It's annoying, but whatever. This is Revenge's voice crack. This is Revenge's 4th album. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely one of my favorites from them. I'd probably say it's like my 3rd favorite. Behind my favorite is Triumph, Genocide, Antichrist. My 2nd favorite is probably Victory, Intolerance, Mastery. Those are the first 2 albums are like untouchable in my opinion. And the 3rd is pretty good, but not my favorite, not as memorable. And this one is my 3rd favorite. And I haven't listened to their newest album actually, which is kind of cringe because I have the shirt of it or whatever. I haven't listened to that much of it. Like I've listened to a few songs, but not the whole album. Whatever. This is the album cover. Obviously, it looks like all Revenge's album covers. You've got the skull and some nooses around with some sort of shape circling them. The logo and the 3-word album title at the bottom. So yeah, it's a cool aesthetic, even though it is very repetitive. I mean, Revenge is a repetitive band. All their shit sounds almost exactly the same, but like, it all sounds great, so that's not really a complaint. There's the back. You have all the song titles. You've got all the song titles on this album are like song title and then like subtitle and like parentheses. So you've got Us and Them, High Power, Retaliation, Fallout Prayer, Parasite, Gallows, and Line, Filth, Solution, Intolerance, Banner Degradation, Exile or Death, Burden Eradication, Nailed Down, Pride Ruination, Division Collapse, and Scorned Detractor, Trust No One. So there are 8 songs on here. This album is about 35 or 36 minutes long, so pretty decent length. Not too short, but doesn't overstay its welcome. Like any war metal album should be around like half an hour in my opinion. So this is pretty much perfect for that. There's the disc. Pretty cool. It's kind of weird how it has a white tray, but the more I look at it, the more it makes sense aesthetic wise. But yeah, I know a lot of people say this is random, but I know a lot of people think Revenge is kind of sketchy. It might be NSBM, but I don't think they are. I've done some research about their lyrical content, and there's nothing blatantly anti-Semitic in there. And if they were like actually fucking racist, I'm pretty sure they would be a lot more open about this. A band this extreme and underground, well, they're not that underground, but a band this extreme and, you know, of this part of like this type of black metal scene, if they were actually NS, I'm pretty sure they would be a lot more open about it, because they don't really have anything to fucking, this band doesn't have anything to hide from anyone. I mean, I highly doubt a band this like extreme and just noisy and chaotic, and that takes themselves so seriously. Like, if you read the interviews, the guys in Revenge are pretty fucking like, I mean, it's kind of cringy, but in a cool way though. And they're really fucking edgy, but it's war metal. It's just, that's just kind of one of the things with the genre. It's kind of cool. It's just one of those kind of little quirky things about about this metal subgenre. So yeah, if these guys were NS, I'm pretty sure they would be a lot more open about it. And most of their lyrics are about more like personal validation, not validation, like empowerment, and not like racial empowerment, which it might sound like. But whatever, it doesn't even matter anyways. But if you're bothered by that kind of thing, you don't have to avoid this because it's not NSBM. But this is basically business as usual for Revenge, but there are a few slight little differences on this album. But there's some more there's a few songs that have some more like Celtic frosty kind of riffs that aren't like melodic, but they're a little bit more sensical compared to the other Revenge riffs, which are usually just super noisy and chaotic and hard to make out. There's some riffs on here that are a little bit more sensical and more like memorable. especially in my favorite song on the album, Retaliation, Fallout Prayer, and Parasite Gallows in Line. Those 2 songs have some really cool riffs. The first song, Us and Them, is like the perfect intro for this album. Just super fucking doomy sounding and nasty. Oh, let me flip over the record. But like, seriously, the vocals on this album and the production are really what make Revenge sound so pissed off and disgusting. Like, Revenge's vocals, it's a shame that the drummer from Revenge doesn't do the vocals live, because his vocals are super chaotic and some of my favorite in extreme metal. They're just really, like, muffled sounding. It almost sounds like he's, like, doing vocals with his teeth clenched. They're mostly, like, highs, but they're really, like, throaty. And just really, like, animalistic sounding and just absolutely barbaric. And there's also some, like, pitch-shifted lows, which sound really fucking wet. And almost, like, kind of like gore grind vocals. Which is really fucking cool. So if you like, you know, like gore grind and stuff like that, you'll like the vocals on here. The fucking drumming is really just simple, but in a good way. That's just really pummeling and barbaric and just really overly aggressive. The bass is pretty much inaudible, but the little bit of bass you do hear sounds, the tone is pretty much exactly the same as the guitar tone, which is really gritty, really dry sounding, but still pretty distorted. There's some like guitar solos on here that are super noisy and quick and shreddy, like on any war metal album, and those are fucking great. And they just add so much, like, I don't know, they just add more chaos to the noise that's already going on here. This is just a really fucking aggressive album, just like any other Revenge album. If you like Revenge, you should probably know this album because it's one of their more popular ones. But it's really just, I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece because it's not super memorable, but there are some great moments on this album though. And I mean, if you are new to Revenge, I think any of their albums except for the newest one are a good place to start. I'd say the newest one. The newest one, like, I haven't listened to the whole thing actually. That's the only one I haven't listened to in its entirety. But the songs that I have heard from that one are a little bit more, like, they're more chaotic than usual, but the production isn't as similar to the first 4 albums. The first 4 albums have pretty similar production, if you want to get used to what most of this band's material sounds like, I guess. But yeah, just really simple joy, but it is a little hard to get into if you're not into the super extreme side of metal. Yeah, just great war metal album, or black and death metal, whatever you want to fucking call it. Not a lot of straightforward black metal influence on here like there is with bands like Archgoat and Black Witchery and even Blasphemy. The black metal influence on here is mostly for like first wave black metal, like Celtic Frost kind of stuff, but it's not really that apparent on here. This is mostly just pure chaotic noise. It's hard to hear any direct influences from other bands on here really, or any particular bands. Yeah, Revenge is a unique band, but all their stuff sounds pretty similar, but it's all really good though. But yeah, that's it for this album though, or album review though. Kind of a hard album to review, as I already said, but hey, I wanted to talk about it because I always like talking about war metal because it's starting to become one of my favorite subgenres, especially in black metal. So yep, SCUM Collapse Eradication by Revenge. I'd give this like a 7.5 out of 10. Pretty good, but nothing amazing. I prefer their first 2 albums. I think those are better. But yeah, that's it for this video though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.